try
No,
to keep.
I'm first of all, I'm not busy at all.
Okay.
I've got only thing I have in abundance is time. I have no problem with time. Number one, and I think anybody who has shortage of time, he's not doing his work properly. Okay, so I don't think time is an issue. I'm not so sure if if this conversation is going to have any meaningful impact on anyone else, but I still agreed because I can share my thoughts, my ideas, and those are my thoughts, my ideas, my philosophy, my ideologies. How much it affects anybody else, or how does anybody use that to emulate his own life, or put it in his own life and use it. I have never been able to use someone else's ideas and implement it in my life. So, I personally speaking, any book you read, any biography you read, autobiography you read, anything that you read, you have to see what is good for you, what is not good for you, what works for you, what does not work for you. Even the most simplistic solutions for the most simplistic problems can have a different meaning when they are put in another environment. So again, I have no idea why you would like to speak to me, to be very honest with you. But if you would like to speak to me, you're most welcome to speak to me. I'm fine with spending half an hour with you.
So don't worry. So I'm very glad that you said that. And so let's start like from the beginning. So how did you get into DMET? And why?
Destiny pulled me into DMET. I think everybody who has said it earlier, I know exactly what it means. I know this is a very cliche answer that everybody gives and everybody says the same thing. But trust me, I come from Lucknow, a landlocked place. No one in my entire family, neither my parents nor my relatives, there was no one who had any clue whatsoever about shipping. How I ended up into shipping, destiny pulled me into shipping. But I would like to add here. I mean, everybody has his own things to say when they mention it. In my opinion, I would not have been able to do anything better with my life than being in shipping. Yeah, but destiny pulled me. One exam, one interview, one phone call, and next thing I knew, I was on a ship. So, yeah, in a very small nutshell, that's destiny.
For all the viewers watching, sir, what was your roll number?
3972.
3972, yeah. Your batchmate, my batchmate 72 is a deputy collector right now. Yeah. So
okay.
72 have been doing really well. Other 72 is a super in 5-star.
Okay. No, I think roll number has its own relevance in DMET. I'm not going to dispute that. Believe me or not, a few years back, there was a person who approached me as a 72 and asked me to help him to get a ship. And later on, by chance, I met another person, another classmate of another batchmate of mine, and he said, "Can you help this guy? He is 69." I said, "No, he's 72. No, he's 60." So people use it for all kinds of reasons, but yeah, roll number has its own relevance.
So, and most of the question I will ask basically will be also like inspired from what my journey has been, and I would like to get back into your story as well. So I passed in 2011, roll number 6323, and till now, so the closest friend I have is till now are from DMET only, and I don't think I've opened up to anyone other from like opened up really well to anyone else outside that closed set of friends. And the close set of friends are like 150 of my batchmates. So is that true for you as well? Or have you been able to open up post-college to make a lot of friends and outside your circle after your college?
No, I think I would like to add here that I would like to say that I'm blessed with people. God has been very kind when it comes to me being associated with people who are truly wonderful people. So, no doubt, spending 4 years in that condensed environment brought you close to some of the people who I don't think you would be able to ever find somebody else who is as close to you and than those people. But fortunately for me, uh, there are some people who are now working alongside with me in UMMS, and I think uh, the degree of closeness is very similar. I mean, within these four walls, I have got people whom I can confide in with almost anything, and I think that is the success of, or that is the success of this organization, success of this domain that we call as our home. That within these four walls, I don't think I need anybody from outside. I mean, when I meet my DMET friends, they're as close to me as the people here. And I'm not saying that just because I'm trying to promote the company, but the relationship. Every single day for the last 12 years, we have been having our lunch together. Every single day we have potluck lunch. Every single day we eat our food together. We share the same tiffin box. And that I think is, if 12 years of doing that does not bring you close enough, nothing else would. So for me, I don't think, I mean, nothing against my friends in DMED. I mean, I've got the closest of friends there because obviously you spent 4 years there, but the journey since then has been equally amazing. If I have to choose between the two, I would not be able to do so.
And running an organization is like that. You have to think about you at last. So that is so I'm very, very happy to hear your answer. Sir, after college, just like, can you like take us quickly through your career journey? You sailed, then what made you start the shipping company? Yeah. And that is very, very, that can be very, very interesting for people. Maybe some people who are watching this might start a company by listening to you. So, because you have sailed, you have like a significant sailing career as well.
So I sailed for 8 years and 7 months, uh, to be precise. And that number has a significance when I tell you the other thing that I worked in fleet also for 8 years and 7 months. So I started sailing in April of 1994 and sailed until November of 2002. And that was 8 years and 7 months. And then I worked in a shipping company in Hong Kong. Again, I joined them in June of 2003 and worked with them until January of 2012. Why? I think, in my opinion, entrepreneurship is all about conducive environment and leap of faith. You only need these two elements to be in your favor, or you need these two elements to be there when you start something, or when you plan to start something. Conducive environment was something that I had. I was 40-year-old when or 39 or something when I conceptualized this organization, and then uh, I realized that I have still quite a long working life remaining in me, and I had my own vision. I had my own uh, ideologies, philosophies, as I said, and those were mine. And working in an organization where you do not have the freedom to implement those is a little bit difficult. I was very fortunate, to be very honest with you. I was very fortunate to have my right of way, or my right of way in that organization as well. The people around me were very cooperative, collaborative, and they were giving me all the freedom to execute whatever my thoughts and my vision was. But still, there was something that was a hindrance. And as I said, um, you have to be in a position where you can implement changes without the fear of treading on someone else's shoes. So, so that was the starting point.
The next
Go ahead.
question, how the name came into Unimar, is there any story behind it, and it just happened like that?
Many names previously were considered, and finally we were contemplating Unison Marine, and it was already taken. And the next thing I knew, I told them try Union Marine, and Union Marine came. For me, name had uh, little relevance. I'll be very honest with you. In my opinion, ideas, your vision has more importance than the name, or should have more importance than the name. The name becomes a brand if your ideologies and your philosophies are accepted by the world, not the other way around. So I never really bothered about. I should not say I never really bothered about the name, but I never really gave it a second thought about the name. Name was just a medium to transport your ideas into the world.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of my seniors. They think about name for 2 3 years and they never start.
No,
Because
as I say, I'm not that. First of all, I'm not that uh, superstitious about names. We have a subsidiary. I'll tell you, we have a subsidiary in in UMMS, and that's called Adri Marine. And I was in Croatia, and we were supposed to name this company, and I was on off the Adriatic Sea, and I said, okay, what should be the name? I said Adri Marine.
uh, decision making is a very, very strong suit that every entrepreneur should have. So I guess that you are a very quick decision maker. Uh, so, what is the core services of Unimar right now?
So we on the surface, you can call us partner and a consultant. Deep down, I think we are much more than that. Deep down, we see ourselves as the as a medium for the ship owner to be able to have the peace of mind when it comes to having their vessels operated by someone who would treat their property, or who treat their who treat their property as or he would as their own. So there has to be transparency across the board. There has to be free flow of communication across the board. And I think if we are able to provide that, everything else falls in place. So the core of the core of the organization lies on one single fact, that is, treat the owner's vessels as your own, and take decisions on their behalf as they would be taking it themselves. So this is our philosophy, or this is what we are trying to do here. Everything else falls in place. The entire paraphernalia, in my opinion, is something to transport that feeling across, to the ship owner.
So you are like a owner's first company, not a crew first company. If I
Oh, no. I don't think you understood me very well. Trust me, each party has equal relevance. Whether it is a shore-based team, whether it's the crew or the owner, each has its own relevance in this ship management business. When we talk about ship management business, it is a collaboration of three different parties, and this collaboration has to be balanced perfectly for it to be able to do justice to the business. So I would be complete foolhardy if I say that ship owners are the ones uh, who are who are whom I'm responsible to. It is the owner as it is the crew as well. It is a shore-based team as well. Each party has its own relevance. Each individual has its own relevance. My relevance against a Viper's relevance is no difference. There's no difference. So I don't think that way. However, it is the owner who is trusting us with their vessels, and it is the crew who is trusting us for their lives. And we sitting in the middle have to balance it in the right manner. Yeah.
so if I'm correct, sir, you are currently not hiring DMET on sea crew. So if my information is correct, so sailing crew you are not hiring. Then
Nothing
so
against
why?
DMET. Nothing against DMET, Pratik. Uh,
Maybe
I
like
would
Indian
say,
crew or Indian ocean going crew. So let's elaborate a little on this.
uh,
I know my answer, but I would like to hear from you. So
nothing against Indians. Trust me, I have grown beyond that. Indians are as much welcome as any other nationality in the organization or in the team. Uh, the problem comes in volume. When we started off with Filipinos, and that happened because of by chance we had to take over some ships, and those had Filipinos, that started the increasing returns. Because we had 20 vessels with Filipinos, it was not possible to bring in some Indians and mix it with the Filipinos. It would not have worked. And over a period of time, we started receiving vessels, from third party or from other ship owners, basis the costing that we were able to have from the Filipinos, and Indians were not able to match. And it all fueled, it all kept on snowballing. And at some point of time, I think we realized that we have to bring in Indians, but there was no opportunity because the volume was not there. Now we have got volume. We have got about 83, 84 ships under our management. We are able to have a certain volume earmarked for Indians, and we have some ship owners who are willing to pay extra for the Indians. And going forward, we plan to hire at least 10 cadets from DMET every year from next year. So I have nothing against. I mean, nationality is something that I think I've long foregone. I have
it
nothing.
was just a question that a lot of people wanted to ask, so I put it forward because
No, we are pro Indians. We are very pro Indians. We would like to have Indians on board our ships. We would like to nurture them into becoming superintendents and technical managers going forward. And I think it's just a matter of time when we would start to, as I say, from next year onwards. I already have discussed with the college. We will have our own cadets from the MET every year. So please don't. I mean,
no,
if,
no,
if, if this is the medium,
just
this
like
is the medium used to share this information, we would be in the college very soon.
yeah, definitely, and also share this information with all the cadets on the DMT Club platform as well. That Unimar is coming soon to pick you up. So
Yeah.
and all the people. So I know very closely the people, the Unimar team based out of Delhi. So because most of them are my fourth year, some are second year, immediate second year. Like few of them are juniors and batchmates, and they are very, very happy. Yeah. So that is something that you should be really, really proud of. And I would have been honest if they would not have been happy. So I would have to do that, and they are very, very happy. So kudos to the team that has, and they are very, very driven as well for Unimar. So that is something that uh, mm, uh, I think that you and the leadership team should be thanked for that, and because mostly it's a very thankless job being at the top. So you listen to a lot of complaints, but no one appreciating you. So 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 and
No,
but
I think
very happy.
thank you so much for saying that, Pratik. It's really wonderful to hear hear this remark, because for me it is very important. If you, I do not know if you know the vision statement that we have in our organization that I wrote many years back. A medium-sized company operating clean, safe, and happy ships. So if someone says that he is happy working here or happy being a part of this team, it's amazing. It's something that I think is very close to my heart. I think what we have been able to do in this organization is, honestly, is to give people the freedom, freedom to think, speak, and act, which I believe is rarity in the ship management industry. It's very top down normally. It's not top down at all. Very, we have a very egalitarian arrangement in this organization. People have the freedom to challenge me every single day, and everyone. If the people can challenge me, they can challenge everybody. And being driven, as I say, because they have got a clear. I mean, if you have a clear vision of what you are supposed to do, what is expected from you, I think the drive comes automatically. 99% cases, people do not even know what they are doing, why they are doing, what are they supposed to do, what are they supposed to tell, what are they supposed to hide. All that things that go around in the industry is one of the biggest challenges for people not to be driven. So we have got a complete transparency in the organization. Communication is great, and I think that is what drives people. So I think it's really heartening to hear that people are happy. So thank you so much for saying that, Pratik. It really means a lot to me.
Yeah, I visited the new office as well. So last
Oh,
year,
you
I
have
went to
visited.
yeah, I went to invite for the DMET night, the first Delhi event we were organizing. So
Okay.
I went there to invite everyone and get a
Mm.
sponsorship. So both the people came, but the sponsorship didn't happen. So hopefully UMS will be
So
part of. Yeah, yeah. So, but
okay.
it was a very short notice for me as well because for the event. So, but we pulled it off. A lot of DMET companies uh, backed it up, and we had a very, very big event. So
Wonderful.
this year also we are organizing a much bigger event because a lot of batches never had reunion. So
Mm.
first time in Delhi NCR we'll be conducting an all batch reunion in
Okay.
December. So
Perfectly fine. I
and
mean, we
a
are
lot of
happy to.
yeah. So and then so in 10 years it has been I've seen a demographic change in across all industries. The
Mm.
work I did in 2014 with a team of 50 people. Now I need three people team to actually do the same amount of job tech wise. So how technology has changed shipping industry? Shipping while handling 90% of the trade have been very, very laid back as far as tech has been concerned. Very, very laid back. Hardcore like software technologies. The still, for example, let's take any shipping company website, five-star shipping company, the company I sailed in. Their website is actually same when I was sailing 12, 13 years down the line. And I tried explaining them that, okay, you need to revamp the tech library is old. But for them, I guess they just don't get it. So how do you handle uh, this demographic change and it has been a seismic change since AI across the tech world. A lot of people have lost job, a lot of people have gained a lot when it comes. So how it is affecting shipping and what has changed in 10 years?
You're right, Pratik. In some ways, you're right. We are miles behind the IT industry, or or usage of the IT in the day to day and in operation of shipping. There's no doubt about it. Uh, Things are changing, but I think the changes are also happening at a very slow pace as compared to what we should really be expecting. But I think uh, there are few things that have to fall in place again for the change to happen. You have to have the driver. You have to have the so for example, Starlink is just coming into shipping, and Starlink is once Starlink is up and running across the globe, then you can have probably some more tools that were previously not even made for the shipping industry to be put in place there. That is one challenge, and of course, if more challenging than that is the fact that the industry is still run by people who are very orthodox in their nature. uh, and I'm not talking about the ship managers themselves. I'm talking about the ship owners. The ship owners themselves are very orthodox in their approach towards automation, towards using tools, new tools, AI, etc., that is coming into the market. So there has to be or there is a drive. We are committed towards an IT system that we have developed in-house, that is making some change in the way ship operations take place. However, when it comes to comparing with the other industries, it's we are living in Stone Age. I have no qualms in accepting it. Reasons could be many. Yeah? So there is no excuse for having that. But this is how the industry is working. Um, how would it change? It's changing very rapidly now. And once we have the internet connectivity on board ships, I think there would be many changes that we should see. Yeah.
So my next question is probably you must be facing a lot of significant operational issues because of that. With sustainability changes, which is happening across ships right now, with net zero coming in picture, and so how does Unimar tackle that, and how you are training your crew to tackle that? Because and so a lot of a big headache which was there initially with people are getting used to it is like BWTS, one example of that, and and how you are tackling that in your company, because any big change, and it is coming, like if you are sailing across Europe, you need to like uh, log everything right now. So a chief engineer is doing more paperwork than anyone else right now, because hands-on, तो they are not more hands-on than more on paperwork, because previously तो इतना था नहीं. So how is Unimar tackling this, and what is your view on, is this enforcement really needed? Uh, because there's, yeah.
Okay, the last bit is a very controversial topic, and I don't want to get into that. But in my opinion, there's a need to do something about it, and every bit counts. And we cannot say that even though we are contributing to about 2% of the global warming, whether our contribution or reduction of that is going to make any significant effect or not. But I think let's say for the sake of argument that it is necessary, because each bit would count. So let's leave that. I do not want to get into the controversy part of it. But I think everything, every such change or every such new regulation should bring in new opportunities. I do not see it as a hurdle. I see it as an opportunity, because every such regulation requires a ship owner to invest, if he's managing the ship himself, invest in technology, invest in people, invest in training, invest in resources. And therefore, for him to then take a decision whether he would like to keep the ship in-house or give it out, it becomes that much more easier. The threshold becomes that much lower. So if a ship manager is looking to thrive in this industry, he has to take this as a positive, change rather than a negative change. So we do not see it as anything else but a way of somehow helping the owner and making sure that the requirements are met. Uh, the 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 new regulations are fulfilled, or new requirements are fulfilled in spirit. So to say whether how are you doing, it's all, as I say, a part of the algorithm that you have to run, part of the algorithm whereby you need to see how you would like to train people, and that's something that is that is a company specific trait. How you train your people to achieve whatever you want them to achieve, how you train people to ensure compliance. It's all part of the daily business, in my opinion, Pratik. It's nothing so special. So I'm not really fussed about it.
So last year I received an investment deck for one of the startups who wanted to make a dent in shipping. So I have a very specific problem statement which I would like your take on. So, for example, there are a lot of vendors who supply to different shipping companies. So, say suppose I am a person who is supplying to a shipping company. Yeah. So there is someone who is responsible for that procurement, say procurement head, and for supplying, say I have to supply some purifier parts, OEM parts, and something like this. There is always a price is the function of uh, urgency. It is not the function of. It has never been in shipping, as far like his research was on. So he said that my question was why there is no uniformity in the ship parts across the globe. So if I'm buying something from, if I want to buy a purifier nozzle, so I should be open to compare across the globe the prices, why it is not open, the marketplace, why it is not open. And he said it is not open because uh, to get shipping company as your contractor, you have to actually pay some commissions to someone who is responsible for that. And because of that, the industry is so closed. And for someone like me, it makes things very interesting because the same thing which happened with cabs, where Ola and Uber actually really made a dent, because the same thing happened 15 years ago with taxi, because there was no fixed thing. And I think uh, this is a very interesting market to hit in. So if I want to buy a purifier nozzle, I should be on internet, I should be able to compare across the globe and should be able to procure it from a good vendor. Instead of, and you actually eliminate all the mediocres in between. I don't know whether it's good for shipping or not, but uh, and you have been part of fleet and you know what I'm talking about. So and so and there are a lot of things. So and it is a very general practice in there is a reason why I don't work with certain big organization, and because that is the culture that there it is, and then you say just no one, just move on. So how do you tackle that? Uh, and how do you think the industry should tackle that? So the industry should remain closed as it is right now, even after.
No, first of all, Pratik, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot define how an industry would work, right? Industry would define how it would work. So if you think that you would be able to keep it closed forever, if someone is really putting his head into the sand and living there forever. No. So that you to begin with, from that perspective, you cannot define how the industry would work. Now, second part is about why the industry is opaque, or why there is so much of opacity in the industry, because there was no transparent system available in the market, right? So initially, if you know, or as I say, even now, there are many companies, or there are majority of the companies who are still working on Excel-based procurement system, right? There, people are using, and I'm not. I'm again. I do not want to. I do not want to get into controversies.
No,
Okay.
no, just get like trying to
Yeah.
get an answer, generic answer
See,
for it.
hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to go into one. If I have to talk about one organization or one practice, I would be digressing from the point. The fact is that as long as you do not have a system whereby you can see the event history, you can see what has been done to make this procurement, what has been done to take this decision of procuring from one against the other, it is all going to be very personal, very, uh, very it's going to be related to one person's whims and fancies. I like this particular supplier. He has helped me in the past by waking up in the middle of night and sending a part across. Let me use him for forever. Do and there could be many, as I said, there could be such many such reasons for taking this decision. But all those decisions, if they are taken without having the entire spectrum in front of you, that okay, this guy helped you in the past, but probably he is taking advantage of it now by giving you and giving you a much higher price than the other one in the market. You would not be able to capture it. So most important part or most important driver would be transparency. Most important part would be financial transparency, operational transparency. Most important part would be how you see yourself in this ecosystem. If you see yourself as a fly by night operator, if you say that, okay, I got a ship from a ship owner, I do not know if I'm going to survive for another 6 months or 1 year. Let me make as much money as I can make and fly away. Probably you are looking at the bottom line. As long as you continue to look at the bottom line, you are going to going to be dispensed away as soon as you have come into in the same spirit or in the same way as you have come into the market. So if you concentrate on the top line, if you think that you need to make sure that the vessels are performing well, you have only one motive, and that is finding value for money. Then everything else would fall in place. Everything else would be driven by what is it that gets the owner value for money. I think we succeed because of that. I think we have got so many Greek clients and exclusive Greek clients who do ship management themselves. And for them to come back to us and give us ships, it is a testament that if you look at the top line, the bottom line is taken care by itself.
Eco ship owners are one of the best ship owners which I have heard of until now. So
Yeah, they are very good ship owners. I mean, we are lucky to have a wonderful set of 19 or 20 ship owners that we work with, and all of them are great partners to work with, and they treat us as partners. So I don't think it's going to stay like this forever. There are platforms coming in who are bringing who are making this system more transparent. But as I say, more than that, if I have to add a little bit, we talk about financial transparency. I think the industry needs operational transparency. Operational transparency is something that is more that brings more loss to an owner than financial transparency. Hiding things from the owner, not informing them at the right time. And those are bigger challenges.
yeah, so definitely. So one line on like what is your take on MV Dali incident? How do you like uh, make sure that that is something that, and it can happen to anyone. So, but there are always, after such incident, there are always policy changes, even across my companies as well. Uh, so with Byju's incident, we made a significant change in how we were doing things in financial respect, because in edtech industry, and the whole edtech industry changed because what is happening in Byju's. So what the MV Dali incident has uh, affected you or your company, or policy making, any policy making that has been gone in place post that?
Um, so I think you'll have to first of before you start to my opinion, before you start to make any policy change, you have to somehow, with the information that you have at hand, and we are all privy to the same information, and I do not have anything else extra than that. But whatever I think is known, if we have to do a root cause analysis, I think the root cause analysis is the mindset. The mindset of the industry has to be changed, and I do not think people are really. I mean, everybody would blame the manager, or everybody would blame the crew, the officers on board. But I think it is not the right thing to do that. Okay, it is not right to blame anyone except the mindset of the industry that has to be changed to accept that if there is an issue, we have to listen to the people, uh, the or we have or you know we should not be muting alarms in pursuit of silence. So as long as the mindset is correct, if we are if a problem is known, or if there is any hint of a known problem existing on a ship for commercial reasons, we should not let the vessel trade. The certificates have to be valid in spirit, and that is all that I think I can say at this stage. I have no idea whether it is related to Dali or not, but in general, the mindset of the industry, that has to be changed. That is not being talked about even after the incident.
Yes, that is something that we forget very easily. So we tend to forget things that has happened unless and until it is not happening to us.
Hmm,
So that,
agreed, agreed. I mean, and even then, the biggest challenge is that the problems happen with somebody else. So if you have that kind of a mindset, then obviously uh, you would not be able to uh, speak your mind out. You would not be able to have yourself heard to the people who really can make a difference. So this is all that I can say. That at this stage, we are still awaiting the information. So
and one question, sir, I just want, because a lot of shipping companies, owners, and leaders will be hearing this once we publish this podcast and the interview. All your team members, I have met like say 20, 25 of them right now, are very happy. So mental wellness is something that has been forefront of UMS as far as my interaction with people involved are concerned. So, but in general, in shipping, it is a very neglected aspect, very, very neglected.
that's why you started UMS.
So what is your advice to other people who can do better? Because you are not, there are 60,000 ships. I will be very happy if you manage all of them, but so but till then we have to educate people. So what's your message to the ship owners, managers, and people listening that they can learn from you, or uh, a small message, so, or a philosophy which they can actually use? And I have seen people working in shipping companies and being very sad about it. So, but they do go on ships, same company for money. So and they are still not happy when they are on board. So
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 Prateek, in short, follow the natural laws. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Do not shortchange people when you have the power to do so. Be reasonable with people. Be fair to people. Listen to people. 90% of the problem comes in when you do not even listen to your own people, when you have the time, when you have the ability to do so. So if you give people a vent to or a place to vent out their feelings, what they are thinking, how they are doing their work, in spite of not being supported and appreciated, you would have a very, very sad set of people. People do not need anything else but being able to communicate their issues. Every time majority of the time, people know the solutions themselves. They don't need you to find solution for them. In majority of the cases, people come to you to vent out their feelings, their thoughts. So as long as you believe that you can be a good listener, you can be a good communicator, you can be you can relate to them as humans, and they can relate to as humans. I think the problems would get resolved very quickly. We tend to do that in just this. I spent a few days in Delhi every couple of months, and of course in Singapore office. So we do not have what we do not have. We do not have, there's a very interesting thing these days is to go out for bonding. The bonding can be done here in the office. You talk to people during the coffee hour and say, look, tell me what's your problem, and this is my problem. How do I solve it? You can do the bonding here. So if you unite the people in the office, people will be happy. If you try to divide and rule, if you are insecure in your own position and then you say, okay, let me see how I can make one person fight against the other and keep my position secure, people would be unhappy. Just this.
yeah, you have said 1,000 words by saying just 2 3 lines. So very very happy because I guess this has been we have been trying a similar philosophy. I don't know whether we are successful or not, but that is something all organization should keep that in mind. So for all the ship owners and managers listening to this, if people are not happy, UMS is coming for you. Don't worry.
No, we are not coming after anybody. As long as we can be happy within our own family, with our own people, I'm happy with what we have on our plate. Important is to spread this happiness, spread this essence, spread spread this feeling that ship management mean does not mean long hours and long faces. Ship management can mean hard work with a smile.
So let's like I guess we have exceeded the time limit, but I have 1 or 2 questions left. So going through. So how do you balance your uh, family life, your company life, your own me time? 3 things. So and for me, so there's no that is something I'm still struggling. So I guess my family is struggling more than me because I love what I do, but it isn't. So that is something I also would like to learn. That how you have been doing that.
You have to know when to switch on, when to switch off. I mean, if you really ask me, if you can switch on your mind when you or switch on, if you can be present where you are, if you can be present where you are, you would be able to keep everyone happy. Half of the time we are in the office thinking about families, and half of the time we are the family thinking about office. So for me, I'm blessed again by having switches in my mind where I can switch on and switch off. And when I say I'm talking to you, I'm doing nothing else. Nothing is more important to me than talking to you at this point of time. So for me, as I say, if you are where you are with your mind, spirit, and body, you can find enough time with yourself, with your family, and with your work. Uh, you have to be passionate for all the three. Yeah, and these three pillars somehow have to be, and of course the DMAT friend, but these three pillars, if you are able to manage you yourself, the organization that gives you the bread and butter, and the family that gives you the love and affection and the and the and the support, you are fine. Just be where you are. You're fine.
Awesome. I guess I got goosebumps by like hearing, because it is easier said than done, so for me at least. So, but I will try to initially incorporate. I'm still trying to do that, but maybe 10 years down the line, I will be able to say the same thing to someone junior asking me the same question. So,
Thank you
uh,
so much. Yeah.
so we all look up to our seniors and whatever they have achieved, and that is something that keeps us juniors as well as going towards that. So 5 years down the line, sir, it's like, what's your vision for Unimar? 200 ships?
No. I have never really gone after this number game. Never. Um, Believe me or not, we don't celebrate these numbers.
Okay.
Okay. If you really, you know a lot of people in UMMS, they would all tell you, we do not celebrate this. This is not something that in my opinion, that we decided from day one, we should not celebrate it. Because if we start celebrating inclusion of a new ship, how do you how do you mourn when a ship leaves your organization? So that is not something that drives me at all. What drives me, or what would drive me going forward, would be, I think, more to do with the organization, more to do with how we are able to keep our partners happy, how we are able to make a difference in the way industry performs or operates. And this platform could be a huge opportunity for us. If you really ask me, if we can spread this thought that shipping can be sexy, ships or ship operations can be a wonderful platform for you to come and work and be happy. I think uh, that is more important for me. If we have our people who are happy, if we have partners who are happy, if the entire ecosystem is happy, that is something that I think would make me more satisfied than any number of ships, plus or minus. Either way, it does not really matter, as long as we can pay our bills and keep our keep our staff happy with their environments. I don't think anything else really matters. So this is where we think we need to work on. Shipping has to be seen sexy.
Yeah. So very, very happy you said that. I guess that can be Unimar's new tagline. Shipping is sexy.
Shipping is sexy. Shipping has to be sexy, no doubt about it. Shipping is not sexy. Look at an airline crew. Look at a shipping crew. We are seen in boiler suits. They are seen in beautiful white dresses. And why? Shipping can be sexy as well. We have got women in our organization now on ships, quite a large number, and we're thinking of advertising them as happy souls on board, rather than not sexy in that respect, but as long as we can keep that ecosystem up and running, keeping people happy, satisfied, I think that's what should drive us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard Vinay Gupta on record right now. So, with his vision and mission to make a happier world, happier shipping world, he is building Unimar ships, and we as community of maritime community should support him and his team with his vision. So, keep supporting UMS with all the power you can, because he is our, for DMET club, he is our senior, and for a lot of people who are coming for super jobs, whenever there's an inquiry, you can directly reach out to Vinay sir or the team. They are very, very helpful in that. So, and they have been very, very helpful. Harish sir is very, very responsive. Across any time you message him, he will be responding. Any resume you send, he will respond. Okay, I will take. Um, That is something that I'm really, really proud of UMS as a company. But these stories should be heard, because and that is something that my 1 cent of advice will be: the stories should be heard. People should know, okay, how there's a very, very happy small community called UMS. It is out there, and that is something that UMS might need to work upon, because some people, some things you want to hide from the world, but this is something, happiness should be shared, so that other people can learn from this. For example, my vision and mission in life is building happier world through technology. That is my reason of existence. So, and I was very happy when you mentioned these things, because it resonated with my core of like my being. So thank you for taking out time, sir. And yeah, amazing chat I had. And next time you are in Delhi, just ping me and we'll have a cup of tea at your office. So
Perfect. And thank you so much, Prateek, for inviting me here. An awesome time talking to you, and wish you all the very best as well. Thank you so much.
thank you so much.